Hello. This is recording number 4 of the off-stream recordings for DG. Uh, it's a good thing I remembered to do it because I was about to just start working. And I remembered halfway, not halfway, but like I guess towards the beginning, that I should probably record my progress. So anyway, here we are. I've gotten a few muscular references. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going for. But I like this one a lot. This is like a full body almost. Like this is like pretty nice. Um, I did shrink it by the x-axis. I did shrink it this way. Because of her head. I was trying to sort of, I guess, match what was going on here. Uh, with my own head, with what was going on in the image, and her neck was a heck of a lot thicker. And so I thought I should just stretch her in. I don't know if this like is proportional or if this is like the right way to go about doing things, but this is the way I'm doing it. So, you know, worst case scenario, I die. Best case scenario, it actually turns out looking pretty decent, right? Now, I don't know if every oh shoot, that's not what I wanted. I don't know if every I need to change this to I guess 3D cursor. What am I saying? I don't know if I want to make every individual like muscle bit uh visible or like come out. But I do want her to be like a bit defined, a bit toned. Uh, so yeah. I'm not. Yeah, I'll try not to say too much. I always forget to do that. What can you do? What can you do? What can you do? Uh, creature of circumstance. I don't know what I was gonna say. I'm like kind of drawing how it's supposed to look. I don't know why I'm drawing it. I guess like when I start sculpting it, I could use the drawing as like a bit of a reference, maybe. Question. But yeah, I don't know. What am I saying? I don't know. It is quite late when I started this because it's a very hot day today, and it's only going to get hotter the next few days. The Wednesday stream is going to be a bit of a mess. Hopefully, hopefully the okay, not to jinx myself, not to rain on my parade, but hopefully nothing happens. No, there's no outages of any kind. Question. Uh, hopefully, fingers crossed, nothing like that happens. Uh, that would suck. My precious Minecraft time will be cut short. I didn't see my cursor there. Where was it? Oh, maybe I never like lifted up my pen. I don't know. That was weird. I don't know if I'm gonna make her legs go out that way though. That seems a bit odd. And again, I don't know if I should follow like everything. Like I don't know. I have the body made. It's like not perfect in terms of like the dimensions where we left it off last time. And it probably doesn't help that I like super duper omega stretched it out. How do I reset that? Oh, I guess I can hear right. Item. Scale. Oh, the scale is off on everything. Oh, I guess because yeah. Oh, but I all I have to do is just like match it to this one. There we go. No, that's still like technically in the same spot. I don't know if this body is like proportioned correctly. That I did not check. It does make sense though. Although I think the reason why the body appears to be like everything is like lower, I think is mostly because this area of the neck is taking up quite a lot of space. Although maybe that's, I don't know, weird. Everything like for the most part lines up. Top of the head, I lined it up to the top of the head. Their chins line up, but even with that, their proportions are a bit different. I don't know if I should cling to the proportions of this reference or if I should just stick with what I have so far. Hmm. I don't know. The knees are in the same area. Everything's just like much lower. And I thought the neck would look long. I feel like if I bring everything down, the neck would look even longer than it already is. So I'm just gonna, I guess, just accept what I have so far. Is that where it bends, or would it be better to bend it like there? I feel like that's more in line. Hard to tell. I think for the most part, the hand length is like fine. All right, let's start editing things. Should I use this body reference? I also don't really want to use it because obviously I don't want to like copy. I'm okay with like I guess copying uh that one character from Wuwa to get like the basis of it because I guess like you'd expect the proportions to be at least a little bit thought of for gotcha characters, and also they're like a company, so I feel like less bad. Question mark. About sort of copying their proportions than I am copying like this one person. I think this image that I got or this image that we're using is like from 2014 or something. Someone's anatomy practice, which probably means that like maybe it isn't the best. I'm too trusting of all these references. Obviously, no one's going to be perfect, but you know, nothing wrong with being a little trusting. Right, guys? Right, gamers? I don't know. Anyway, let's get to work. All right, all right. What am I doing? I need to stretch out the neck like quite a lot, specifically there. Is that like good? I don't know if that's good. Hold on. Get the loop tools. I did also use proportional editing, which I don't know if that helps in this regard. Her neck, what is it? Oh yeah, this is like using. Hold on, let's shrink this back to what it was before, right? Oh wait, oops. Because I was shaping the neck to look like the first reference or the original reference when because of the shape of her head isn't really like something I can do. Isn't something I should do. So yeah, I don't have much to say. Oh yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I couldn't do much today because it was like really hot. Um, and sadly, oh, by me like moving that in, it disrupts the shape of her neck like quite a lot more than I thought it would. Oof, that's going to be. I guess I could leave it. Maybe this is like an excuse to shaping up her back a bit or shaping up her like upper body a little bit. I'm gonna make it wider though. I still don't know how to make breasts look good. I don't know what the sauce is, the secret sauce that makes breasts look good. Okay, I'm just gonna make this part of the arms like way wider, so I have like more juice to work with when I inevitably start sculpting. Because I feel like I'm gonna try to get the shape down as best as I can, but obviously like it's not going to be perfect. And so I'm going to hopefully rely on some sculpting skills that I don't really have, but am praying that I get to sort of help me out with these shapes. But yeah, what was I saying? Sorry, I keep on getting distracted, as always. I wasn't able to do much today, and I'll probably mention this on Wednesday tomorrow. Ooh, spoilers. Nah, I'm joking. It doesn't really matter. I am working pretty late. Now that things have, I guess, cooled down. Because what is it? When it's hot, some days when it's like super duper hot, everyone has like their electricity on and all that jazz. And because of that, there is a very real risk that the power could go out. And so what I try to do is I try to minimize the amount of time I spend on my PC during those times, so that that doesn't happen. I don't accidentally lose power, because that happened once. Not because I don't think it happened because it was hot. I think it just happened because it just happened. Oh yeah, yeah, that was when the tree fell down. That's right. Whoops. Um, yeah, if the power goes out and I'm working on something and I haven't saved. Speaking of saving, I should save. Um, you know, I in my corrupt stuff, I've had like terrible like luck with power savings and things corrupting. Like there was that one time that I saved right saved what's it called? Saved the a Unity file, right? Right. I saved the Unity file right as the power went out, and because of that, I lost I lost a lot. Yeah, I don't know how breasts are supposed to look. Like it's like one of the, at least for me, it's one of the parts of the bodies where I can't visualize, or I feel like something's off here. Like this shouldn't be sticking out this much, right? Like it kind of has to be supported. Like I kind of understand what I'm supposed to do, like from the arm, it sort of like follows a line that curves and then comes down and then follows like the shape, right? But that's easier said than done, obviously. Um, shoot. I'm gonna have to like wait, hold on. I do have like a bunch of I have a lot of Pinterest boards opened up. Hopefully there's one here that sort of like, I mean, kind of like what I have here. This one like talking about the arms. This one as well also talks about the arm. Uh I guess I want like a view like what I was doing before, like a looking up kind of view, so that I can see how it's supposed to look from that angle. But trying to find a view like that is probably going to be extremely difficult. Oh, that scared me. So yeah, didn't work much today. I actually like took a nap midday because I was like it was kind of hot, and also I like couldn't really do much, so I just took a nap. I just fell asleep. Um, I don't usually take naps midday because like I don't know. I kind of feel like I can't take naps. Like whenever I do take naps, I like wake up and I feel like shit, you know? Lower angle view. Maybe let's try looking at that. Okay, it's gonna like this might show up like terrible stuff. Lower lower angle breast view. I need like I need a drawing. I'm getting like scans. Mm, 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 mm. But yeah, yeah. I'll try not to say too much about what I did. I need to save it for tomorrow. Although maybe it's fine if I mention it because on Wednesdays I usually like rapid fire say say everything since I have to be ready to start Stone Block. So maybe it's fine. I did do some writing, although I didn't. I probably could have done more, BH, especially like in the down times where I wasn't doing anything in particular. I definitely could have like done more writing. And then I worked on Godot a bit. I think I got everything, not everything that I want done, but I got like, one of the things that I wanted to get done because I mentioned before. I want. Oh God, this thing is like super blurry. Can I get this in like a better resolution, perchance? Let me see. Hold on, because this was actually like a pretty decent drawing. Oh yeah, there has to be like a triangle usually separating the breasts, unless there's something. Breast, yeah, okay, okay. This is actually a good website. This is a character designer reference, or it's a characterdesignreference.com. Character anatomy breasts. It's saying a lot of stuff. They have like a large collection of images here. I'm hoping I saw one. Is it this one? It might be this one. But it was like super duper low resolution from the Google search. Hopefully, if I do this, it won't be as low. It does seem better. Might have to save this. This is a pretty decent website. What does it say? Use to separate if a woman is laying on her back. It's not an exact science, or this isn't like the best reference because it's referencing the shape when they're lying down, not just like in general. But yeah, what was I saying? Sorry, Godot. Godot, I did manage to continue working on the check-in stuff. If you were to go to my Twitch chat, sometimes when these last few days when I've been offline or before starting stream, you'll see me typing in the chat because I don't have anywhere else to test it out. Um, Damn, there is a lot of references here. This is pretty cool. Ready for more? Got our main board on Pinterest. Find hundreds of tutorials, reference drawings. Oh, they have a Pinterest board for character anatomy breasts. There's a content warning too. Wow, that's how you know it's good, right? Question? What was I gonna say? Yeah. I think I did everything that I wanted to do, although I don't know if it's going to work that well once I hopefully, inevitably, get access to what is this? Was this like a cross section, maybe? Weird. Okay. Interesting way of learning. Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna work when I inevitably, hopefully get. Oh, this Pinterest board isn't as big as the website, I feel like. It says 150. Oh, wait. Oh, it hasn't loaded in, bro. Or has it? Hold on. It says 151 pins. This is definitely not 151 uh pins. Maybe some got deleted, sadly. Maybe there was a purge. Shame. Okay. We'll use what we can have in this website. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna work with the channel points. I don't know if it's gonna transfer over nicely. I try my best to like make sure that things sort of transfer over nicely. Um, since it's basically just a signal. So as long as something is shooting the signal, something should be able to capture it or whatever. The reason why I think that way is because it takes arguments, which is usually I don't know if you could add arguments to channel point redeems. Because what is it? I made it so that you when you check in, this is like stuff that's already in the overlay. Oh God, I just need to advertise it more, I guess. Uh, Maybe hold on, let me see this one. Oh, what is it? When you check in, as exposed is like a teardrop, not a water balloon. Okay. What are they saying? Bro. Fuck. Um. Yeah. So when you check in, um, if you are a new person checking in, then your name gets added. Oops. Oh shoot. Didn't mean to do that. Your name gets added to this sort of like save file basically that I have. Um. I feel like something needs to move out, and I don't know what. It's like this, maybe? Maybe, yeah. Maybe that was it. Yeah, if you knew, uh, it adds you to the sort of list. It adds you to the save file, and then it gives you like a +1. You know. Congrats on joining. Um, if you're recurring, then you will just get a +1. It won't add you to the list. I could go back and edit the list. I probably should though because of the testing that I had to do. I have like over 30 check-ins, and I have not checked in that often on stream at least. I guess for me it doesn't matter about checking in. I guess I'll leave it. No big deal. If anything, it's like a tally mark of how many times I've had to test it out. That's what it does, and then it shoots a message like "Thank you for checking in the chat. I could probably also link it to like something on screen. Or I guess this is what I'm trying to do now. Something on screen. Um, and then if you try to check in again, um, well, this only resets after like a day, I think, or if I restart the overlay. But if you try to check in again, it basically says you can't. Like, don't, yeah, you can't check in again. Nice try, but you can't check in, or something like that, something or other. Um, I feel like I'm trying to get it like as close as I can to the arm, because I want that like loop, I want that like flow, but maybe it doesn't have to be explicitly there. I think this looks like way better. I don't know if this is real. I might be spewing hot, like like hot garbage here, but I think for like muscle builders, like uh female muscle builders, I think the more muscular they are, usually like I don't know. I guess like their breasts, because obviously the breast is basically just fat, right? But obviously like they've toned down their fat reserves, and so there's basically like muscle. It's almost like a pec, like a pec of a guy. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that I think they usually have like not actually, but you like visually smaller breasts. I don't know if that's true though. Don't hang me. Don't kill me. What was I saying? So yeah, what else does it do? That's what it did before. Very, very simple. And so what I tried to do now is I tried to make it so that let's delete this because I don't think we need it. Okay, I wanna bring this out. What it does now, I have a goblin model, right? A goblin character mesh. Uh oh, why is it like go so far down? I don't think it usually is goes that far down. Okay, I'm like adding a bit of thickness to her waist. Yeah, I don't know exactly how bulky I wanted her to be. I looked at some like characters that I could place it, but technically use as a reference, but I'm still not like 100% sure if like that's what I'm looking for, you know? Characters like later, I think it's season 2 or 3. I forgot how many seasons there are of it. But like season I'm going to say 3. The latest season. Latest season of JJK Maki is like super buff. Or like V from Arcane. I'm trying to think if there's like another one I can remember off the top of my head, but those are like the two that I was like, I don't have any references of them though, so it's like whatever, out of uh, it's thrown out the window straight away. Can I bring these closer without them like being annoying? I guess. But yeah, sorry. What was I saying? Keep on getting distracted. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm probably like the worst person to listen to for this kind of stuff because it's just like so bad. Um, yeah, this side needs to come out a lot more, and this side needs to come out. Oh wait, hold on. Let's move it all at the same time first, and then we can make some finer adjustments. What was I saying? So yeah, so what I want to do and what I implemented was I have a goblin model the NPC in the background that spawns in at the start of every live stream. It kind of just started. I kept it there as like a test to see how it would work and see if like it like ruined my performance having it open and like constantly like doing shit in the background. But it didn't seem to, so maybe hopefully should be fine with more. I don't know how well Godot sort of handles that sort of stuff. Hopefully it handles it well enough that I don't have to like worry about it too much. Um, for my sake, for my sake alone. But what was I gonna say? So yeah, I'm using that. What I did was I added a text label, a 3D label. So the idea is that when someone let's not do the side view yet. Let's get the front view down first, and then we can get the side view down afterwards, because that also has to be thickened out. What was I saying? Yeah, the idea is that the person who like checks in, right? Their their name will be attached to the goblin that spawns in as soon as they check in, right? So if I check in, a goblin will spawn in. I want to add like multiple spawn locations, but at the moment there's only one, because just to test it out. But I have set it up so that if I do add more spawn locations, it should, in theory, automatically um, be sorted out within code because it's like checking how many children exist within like something else. I probably could show this off. We could go back. Oh, actually, no, never mind. I was gonna say we could go back to Godot Wednesdays, but we do Minecraft on Wednesdays, so that's uh less likely to happen. But it's like whatever. Oh God, I love Minecraft Wednesdays though. I wouldn't. I would gladly give up uh Godot Wednesdays for Minecraft Wednesdays any day of the week. No shade. Um. So yeah, so it has that now. It has a little text box that's always facing the camera. It's very easy to do. TBH. It's always facing the camera. And it has the name of the person. I also shrank the goblins down because is he still visible? I don't think he is. Oh no, he kind of is in the background. Uh, the goblins used to be as big as the goblin sitting down on the log. That was too big. I shrank them down by like 40%. Wait, no. Is the math right? Instead of being scaled by 1, they're being scaled by 0.6. So they're like a bit smaller. Um I think I said this on Monday as well. I fixed the fact that they were sinking into the ground. That was like an issue that I was having. Um I forgot exactly what I changed. It was like a number in the inspector that I ended up changing uh, that ultimately allowed me to do that. I feel like this needs to come out a lot more or something. All right, I think the front view is fine now. Now we have to do the side view, which needs to like how does the side view look actually? I need to get some references on that. All the references I have are like front view references. I don't have any like side view references, TBH. Let me look at that. I also have so many tabs open, it's so bad. Kind of gross. I need to cut down on the. Yeah. Do I care about this? I don't think so. Let's delete it. Let's delete that as well. Okay. So yeah, they have a text box now. As soon as someone checks in, it takes their name and adds it to the checkbox, text box, and it stays there. It follows them around. Um, what else? Oh yeah, the thing that I mentioned earlier, where it was like, I don't know if this is gonna transfer over to uh channel points later on. I don't know if it's gonna transfer that well. Because the way it works is you check in. This is for like choosing the skin, I guess. Like in the future, one thing that I haven't implemented yet is I would like it so that if people make their own goblin skins, which I will try to allow, I haven't like the idea is I guess to like set it up via like a Google Doc or something, a Google file where they can download the mesh of the goblin and also the textures and stuff, and they could like either add stuff to the mesh and like send me the mesh and I can add that into Godot, or they could just edit the what's it called, the texture, send me the texture and I will put the texture in, whichever I guess people are more used to. I don't expect people who have no Blender knowledge to make things, but they could try though. I guess that could be a good way to people like to get people into the door. Get people started on trying to learn by trying to make some sort of silly stuff for their goblin. But anyway, I got sidetracked. That's not what I wanted to talk about. Okay, yeah. Can I get like a side? If I type in side here, will it give me side profiles? Hopefully. Oh, I guess I could use the side profile of the the reference we're already using. That is true. How's this one? This one might not be that bad. I don't know though. Um, yeah, if you check in and you don't put a number after check-in, it randomizes the skin that it could have. There's three skins. There's the basic, there's the Enna skin, and then there's the vampire skin. Every time I guess we do something big or I like plan forward for an event, that skin will be added to I guess the array of skins that I have. Um, it's a good way, I guess. I don't know if the vampire one. What is it? There are certain like skins that I want to keep like sort of attached to their respective holiday. But the vampire one is like a little bit different because that skin is it's technically like a holiday skin because vampires are like Halloween-esque type. That's what I think of when I think about Halloween or think about Halloween. Yeah, vampires come to mind. But yeah. What am I getting at? But you know what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. Um, the skins that aren't tied to holidays will, I guess, become reoccurring skins in this sort of roster, almost like cameos. We could look at the skins and be like, "Oh, remember when we played V Rising and we like did really well and were kind of awesome? Hey, you remember when we played Enna Dream Barbecue or we were working on Enna? Yeah, that was really good, right? We did. I enjoyed that. Um, that's the idea. Anyway, so yeah, if you just check in normally, you just get a random skin. Um, if you check in with a number, it's kind of like it's gonna be like maybe a bit confusing for other people, but it's like whatever. Uh, it's an array. So 0 is the default. 1 is the NS skin. 2 is the vampire skin. Obviously, like if you're making a list normally, usually 1 would be the first one, but it's just the way it is. I guess when you're programming, when you're doing it in code via code. Um, forgot what the name of it is specifically. It has a name like inclusive or something like that. Something along those lines. I don't remember. Uh, oh yeah, I matched next. Should I do that? Or should I match it somewhere else? Should I match maybe heads? If I match heads though, then the neck is like already like super far off. Maybe it is better to match. Match this. So yeah, so if you write check in and then a number afterwards, it will select the skin that you have selected with that number. I don't know exactly where I'm gonna write this down. Maybe I should write it down in like my the sort of info panel down there. I don't know if people like look at that stuff that often though. Um, maybe it's just like a nice little thing. People who know will know, and those who do not know, kind of thing. Kind of dumb, but you know what I mean. But yeah, if you don't type a number, yeah, it's randomized. Like I said, already said that. Um, if you type a number that does not exist, it isn't like a number that is official. You will get a random number, or you will get a random costume. And if you type something that isn't a number, then you'll also get a random costume. That is the idea, basically. Did I match the back? Oh, the back has to like come out more, I think. What is this? What did I just select? Oh, it's what? Oh, it's this image. Oh yeah, for some reason when I put them in, they get set to like orthographic view. I don't know why it does that. I think we need this. This was what is it? I might delete this, but what is it? This is supposed to be. This is one of the contenders for like her body because it had the muscles, but it like kind of belongs to a very like youngish looking character. So I ended up like going with what I've used in the past. Although I guess I'm technically not using her anymore, so it's whatever. That's basically all I added. I don't know. A very long-winded way to say that basically, you know, you could choose your outfit. Um, and if you don't, then it'll give you a random outfit. But I want to also add in the future a I'm not sure how this is gonna work exactly, but I want to make it so that if you do make your own outfit in the future, then it will remember. I'll probably use the save file that I've been using to store that information. But it will remember, and it will by default as soon as you check in, you don't even have to like put anything in. It will automatically set the skin to the one you have selected. Is like the general idea. So yeah, basically that's all I did. Also, kind of like not really anything important, but like one thing that I did want to talk about, and I'll probably mention on Monday or not Monday, Wednesday. I did set up the whole like repository stuff that we talked about in like a previous stream. Setting up a GitHub repository so that I can access certain files outside of. Is that like? Does that make sense? I feel like that's I'm making her body like too broad. I could also like make her arms like wider. Maybe that's what's causing the discrepancy or making me think that it looks weird. I guess in some ways we are copying the background image. It's kind of hard not to. It's like a really good reference. Okay, hold on. You need to step back a little bit. Look at that muscle definition. Wow. So I don't know how I feel about the breasts. I feel like I said, I feel like usually they are quite small if the character's muscular. But I feel like they're too small, you know. It kind of looks a bit unnatural in that sense. All right, let's make the arm wider. Can I just straight up just do that? I guess. I think this works. I think this is fine. It might not look the best, but like I think this is what I'm looking for. I want it to be like bulky. And obviously when I sculpt her out, when I sculpt her out, I wanted to find her like shoulder and arm muscles, I think. Her back muscles. I always do that though. The brand sculpt method basically does that for me. Um, her leg muscles also, I want them to be like a bit sculpted as well for her like sort of stomach area. I don't know if I want to give her like visible abs, but I do want to define the stomach area at least a bit. Kind of maybe more like this actually. Not visible abs, but there's like visible tonage of the stomach. And I also want to do like focus on the neck area, getting the collarbones to be super sharp instead of this like neckline, I guess. Um, and I think that's it. I'll see how that goes though. But yeah, I still need to figure out what kind of like art style I want for the potential quote unquote overlay 2.0 or just like I guess like a VTuber, you know, 2.0 version of my character. I don't know if my character needs to be like redone or like remade. That's one of the things that I wrote down in my list of like things that maybe I should think about. I don't know if my character needs my little goblin character needs to be remade. I think like the main thing that I'm missing, like I mean I could definitely there's definitely things I can do with like my modeling to make my characters more distinct. Same with texturing. There's definitely things I can do in texturing to make models more distinct. But I think what I'm missing is shader knowledge. Both like adding interesting little things with the shader or just like I don't know, being able to add like extra details that I don't normally like add, I guess, to my models. Did I bring this down? Does that make sense? Should I leave it? I feel like it does make sense to bring it down. Probably like a lot of because we did a lot too. There's like a lot of grease pencil stuff you can do. There's a lot of like cross hatching and editing with the shadows and stuff like that. There's like a lot of stuff I could learn within the shader editor. I've tried to do everything by hand when honestly maybe a lot of the heavy lifting is just the shader editor. Um and I just have to like learn that, look into that more, you know. But yeah, if I were to remake him, I could probably look into what's it called? Godot. Godot editors. Or not Godot editors, sorry. Godot shaders. Um because there is websites where people like share their shaders and stuff. I think I saved a website. People like go and share their shaders. You could go and grab someone else's shader and add it to your project. But yeah, the issue is I don't have like an aesthetic. Like when I think of like art that I like that looks good to me, it's like kind of all over the place. I can't put a name on exactly what I am even looking for the overlay. Because at the moment it's kind of like very cartoony, very cel shaded, which isn't bad, but like I don't know. The issue is, yeah, like I said, I don't know exactly what I want with the shader or with the overlay background. Um, I think if I knew, it would make things a whole hell of a lot easier. Because what is it? I think I didn't mention this on stream. I forgot to, but I think I mentioned it on in the last recording. I was thinking of like I could make it kind of like a a theater set where like the props in the background are not like real. They're kind of like maybe even like cardboard cutouts, or they're meant to be fake or something. Um, I don't know how I feel about that one though. Also, like I don't know, kind of like a performance, I guess, was the basic idea. I could go back to like the original idea, which was like this is like an actual forest, and expand on that. But the issue is that then I have to worry about like if I go the route of making it kind of like a stage, then that's kind of like a bit of a cop out to be able to say like obviously there's not a lot of foliage and a lot of detail because it's all fake foliage and it's all like fake details. If I go the route of actually making it a forest, then I have to like actually worry about foliage. I have seen some really good videos on how to make foliage in Godot. Maybe was it Godot? I think it was. There's a lot of really good videos on how to make like really nice looking foliage. Um, I don't know if I should go that route or I should go some other route. I don't even know what else I would even do about the overlay. I need to look at like other people's overlays. Do I want to tie the overlay to like the inevitable stories that I'm going to write? Is that like a good question to ask? A good thought to have? Sorry, I kind of stopped working because I started thinking, but what would that look like though? I don't know. Because I've said it before, and I might bring it up on during the streams. But the original concept, the original idea of a lot of the games that I made, or wanted to make, that I didn't really actually end up making anything that was actually playable at the end of the day. But a lot of the games that I was working towards, all around like cryptids, and cryptids are sort of like horror esque type of stuff. So I tried to look at like horror, 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 horror sort of art styles to try to like understand. And then like I really like that one person's art style. That that person that does pixel art. I've shown their work and I've gushed about their work many a times on stream. I really like their art style. Um yeah. Yeah, I don't have much to say about that. I really like their art style. But I'm not like good at pixel art, and I guess maybe you don't have to be good at pixel art. You could just make it without being at pixel art. But I feel like pixel art kind of like adds to it, you know. It kind of has that like old 2000s kind of like horror protagonist sort of feel to it. It's not really, but the issue, I guess the issue is maybe one of the reasons why I don't understand it, um, or I can't like replicate it very well, is because I never really played those games. I don't really play horror games. but I want to like mimic a horror art style or something. And obviously that's like a bit impossible, right? How can you mimic something that you know nothing about? Seems rather dumb, or it seems rather like impossible, you know? So I don't know. What am I even saying? What am I getting at? I don't know. I'm trying to see their hairline. Comes up and then it just like goes straight up. For me, it like went up or went side. I guess I'd have to do this. Kind of looks a bit weird though, doesn't it? I'm trying to plan out the underside. Look at references. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly because yeah, I don't know. I really like their art style. I don't know what it is about their art style though that I like. That's the difficult stuff. I can't put into words what exactly about their art style sort of like makes me gravitate towards them. I don't know. Mm, mm, Oh fuck. Sorry. It is getting late. I'm gonna have to stop in like a bit. Um but yeah. Obviously they've perfected their craft over the years. And maybe that's just what I need. I just need to like try stuff out. I guess part of me is also trying to take the easy way out. Cause like I think I showed it off, but like once though, it was quite a while ago. I think now the whole like pixelization shader using a noise texture, and I forgot what the other generator, but what the other node was. Was it a Voidaloid or whatever it's called? I think maybe. I try to sort of like fake pixel art in that way, and I don't know. I haven't baked it yet. I think I said I was supposed to, because when I bake it, it probably like will mess up the crispness of the pixels since it's not like official pixel art. So it's like not the best. How do I do? I didn't actually like look up side not side. What am I trying to say? Uh, these like undercuts or whatever. Oops. Oops. I might need to add more loop cuts. Maybe adjust some of the. Because in most of these references, like it kind of like some of them, it's like very obvious, like where the cut is. Oh wait, hold on, it's not centered. So yeah, I don't know. It doesn't have to be pixel art. I guess I just like there are a lot because it is also pixel art. It might also have to do with colors. The colors are quite dark, right? Dark colors. What the? Which one of these is? Oh, I guess this point. Oh, maybe I didn't have like snapping. Yeah, I don't know. It all circles back to like that issue that I mentioned. I don't know if did I mention on stream? I don't remember. Or was it in the recording? Doesn't matter. Anyway, it all goes back to that one issue that I've mentioned I have, where it's like I feel like what I'm missing is like this like wow factor, this like this thing that oh what is that? This thing that will like separate me from from like where I am right now. It's either like rendering or like I don't know. I feel like maybe I need to watch more videos of like getting the anime art style done right or whatever. But yeah, I feel like my art my texturing is like missing something. And it might just be shaders, like I said already. Yeah, I might just need to like focus up on the whole shader action and like use like a really nice looking shader that like really makes my texturing work pop off or something. I don't know. Cause like I don't know, like again, bringing up that one person that I keep on mentioning from like Twitter with their pixel art, it just looks so effortlessly good, effortlessly good. It almost looks like they're not even trying. Like obviously they are. They've tried very hard. It's very beautiful art, obviously, but you know what I mean. Like they have a style and everything they do looks like that style that they're going for. The art that they do in Pixel, the art that they sort of do, I guess they sort of like do kind of like painterly kind of art as well for practice, what I remember. And then they did like, I think the thing that blew me away the most is that like they picked up 3D and the 3D looks like their art style. And that is like I'm missing. I feel like I'm missing that. I'm missing an art style that I can do in 2D but also do in 3D. And obviously like maybe the answer is just like learn how to draw in 2D, which I'm a little bit against, mostly because I'm very undisciplined. And also, I don't know, I find the reason why I got into 3D was because I found it to be easier than 2D. Probably I mean that probably doesn't make a lot of sense, but like for me it does, 3D felt more intuitive. Um, I felt like I could understand it more. I also like I guess like one of the reasons why I did 3D first was I like the idea of like once you have a character done, you don't have to like worry about them anymore, you know. You don't have to like redraw them every time you animate. You just it's not as long as they're done, you could just uh you could just continue to use like the same character model for every animation. Obviously that's like not 100% true. You might have to make like certain adjustments so that your model like works for the animation or whatever. I don't know, but you know what I mean. It's true, but somewhat not true. You know. But yeah, I don't know, and I don't know exactly what that is, or what I even want it to be. Because what is it? I have watched like a few style videos. Oh God, I said I wasn't going to talk at all, and here I go talking. These are such good points to make on stream, and I'm just like not doing it. Fuck me. What was I saying? There's no reason to stop it anyway. Let's just continue. Um, I have watched videos about like how to discover your art style. A lot of them are basically like, or at least like the few that I've watched. Maybe I have to like look for better ones. But the few that I've watched are like make a compilation or make like a collage of art you really like and try to like understand why you like it so much. And I have done that. I've collected like a bunch of art. Some of it is a bit scattered though, I will admit. I probably could do better with that. I don't know if this is the best way to do it, but this is the way I'm gonna do it for now. If I could find another way to do it, then I might use that way. But this is the way I'm doing it for now. But yeah, find a bunch of art styles that you like, put them in a collage, and then try to figure out why you like them. What about them is appealing to you? I guess to me in this scenario. And I don't know, because there's some art that it's like, okay, the thing I like about this is the colors. Like they're using like very, I guess like saturated colors. It basically looks like neon lights, neon characters, and I like that about it. I like the, I guess, sort of contrasting colors. I would say characters for some reason. Um, that sort of like brings it out, right? It makes it look good. Uh, and sometimes it's just like the artist, like the sort of concept of these like characters or things, these ideas, the ideas that the artist has like drawn out. I think that's like what appeals to me more than like the art style itself. Although the art style probably does contribute a lot to maybe the fascination of it, probably 100%. Um, I don't know. It'd be nice to have like a coach to tell me what to do, or like a mentor. I always thought it'd be cool to have a mentor. I don't have one, obviously, but maybe that's why I'm like, I think it'd be cool to be a mentor to help people on their journey through all this. Because it's hard, dude. It's hard. It's hard to, I guess like the difficulty is like, I know what I want, kind of. Like I want it to look good, but I don't know exactly how exactly I want to go about making it look good. And that is where like a mentor would be really useful, right? Should I use space? I feel like space usually like ruins stuff, especially if I'm trying to like make sharp corners or whatever. It usually messes with the balance of things. Usually. Although in this case maybe it's like fine. But yeah, I don't know. It all goes back to me just not knowing. I feel like I've done a decent job to get to where I am with my modeling, but it's still missing something. And until I could figure out what that something is, I probably won't be satisfied. I guess it's funny because what is it? Obviously I was watching a bit of Kuke later or not later earlier today. And it's, I don't know. I think it's funny how like, I guess it's just like the way artists are at the end of the day. Because you could like see his work and you could go like, that looks really good. Like the animation looks good. The work he's doing to like improve the textures and stuff looks really good. Um, but obviously like you yourself, you making the art, you'll probably look at it and go like, that doesn't look that great, or like, I don't know, like, I don't know. It's only like towards the end where like I could really say like, okay, I do agree this looks good. But during the process, it's quite difficult to say this looks good. I don't know. I find that a bit funny. I guess it's just like the artists, you're more critical of your own art than you are of others sometimes. Um, very easy to like praise someone else's art and look down at your own when at the end of the day, yours is probably not that bad. Um, funny how artists work. Your minds, our minds, I mean. Your minds, you watching your mind. Your mind is so weird, dude. What is wrong with you? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I mean, whatever. What I'm trying to say, I don't even know. So I need to figure that out. It all circles back to like me needing to find some sort of like art style, trying to find the elusive art style that I feel like I'll never find unless I pick up the pen and like try to learn try to learn art, 2D art that is. I don't know. That feels so daunting. Weird that like I don't find. I feel like a lot of people like talk about how daunting it is to like do 3D art, but I find it more daunting to do 2D art. I guess it's each their own, you know. I definitely have People definitely have come into my streams to say that like they also started 3D art first because they found it easier, like me. So I don't know. What makes an art style good? This is stuff that I need to look up and watch videos about. It's hard to, I guess like the main issue is finding good videos, right? It's like finding the right videos. It's one thing to just like watch videos on repeat over and over again, just like random videos about how to make that art style, your ideal art style or whatever. It's another thing to like actually find videos that are actually gonna help you and aren't just like I mean, I guess every video is trying to help you, but there's some videos that are kind of more like less helpful. Not everyone's a teacher. I will admit that. I definitely won't say I am. But a lot of people try to be, and I think that's commendable. You never know what might work. I think that's why, like, even even if you don't think you could teach anyone, I think it's still pretty useful to put something out there. Because at the end of the day, your work might help someone out a lot. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I was trying. Why am I trying to be like a pep talker now? Trying to trying to give you guys like hope or something. I don't know what. I don't know why it turned into that now. That wasn't the goal, but you know what I mean. I think is what I'm trying to say. Should I add another loop kit here? I don't know if I need it though. Like maybe it would be nice for this sort of like side. Anyway, I don't know if this looks good. I need this in combination with what's it called? With the rest of the hair. I think this it kind of just like without the top part of the hair, kind of just looks like she's like really bald at the top and just has like hair only growing on like the sides and the back. That is not the goal. I could also because I set it up this way, I could also like do this. Oh wait, let me. Do I have clipping turned on? I do, and then I can do that, and then slide this out, and then I could kind of add like little spiky connectors to it. Although, why does that look so bad? Or maybe it's like, no, it's not that. What? Why does that look so bad? It looks like I added like a sharp modifier or something on it. Hold on, let me try to merge by distance. Ah, for some reason there was like extra vertices that are weird. Okay, maybe not like that. I definitely wouldn't like put that on everything, but you know what I mean. I need to look up like how to make that look cooler because that's a bit lame. I don't like that. All right, I think that's where I'm gonna leave it though. I think the body is fine. I think we'll go with this. I might start working on the sculpting off stream. I don't know. I shouldn't second guess myself. If this is what I think looks good, then I should commit to it. And like I said before, I could always go back and fix it. So yeah, like I said before, sadly I didn't get up to do a lot of work today on the Blender side, but I'll try to. I feel like this looks weird. Maybe it's fine. Or maybe that fixed it. I don't know. Um, yeah. I think tomorrow, my goal for tomorrow, continue writing every day. Every day I want to write a little bit and come up with things. I'm starting to write out because I had an idea for like the main story. Because obviously the two characters, this one, DG, and the other one I worked off stream, which at some point I'm gonna have to like reveal her name because I have to stop saying just like the other one. Um, I should just say it next stream. I think I will. Not Wednesday, but I'll say it on Friday, just so that it makes things like a whole lot easier for me. I came up with like a story on like I guess how they met or like kind of like that sort of idea. And I'm writing that down now. But one thought that I did have was that I guess like in my head, I thought about their current like quote unquote adventure or whatever as like one cohesive animation. But what I could do maybe is split up the entire adventure into multiple sort of quote unquote videos or animations. Um, make it more like I guess episodic maybe is the right word. So like there's like I could do like the intro where they first meet, and then like there could be like sort of like side videos where it's kind of like more character buildy esque type of videos. But then there's definitely videos. There'll be like definitely animations where I have thought about like it was supposed to be part of like the main, I guess, sort of animation if I were to make it like one whole animation. And those videos are like going to have like the juicy stuff, I guess. Um, because then like maybe the story might like be better, that way. Because then it's like, oh, like instead of me expecting you to like care about these characters in one animation, I could spread it out into multiple sort of animations. And so with every animation, you'll sort of start to like the characters more and more and be more interested in them and care more about them and all that. I think that's like the right way to go about it. Um, I don't know how that's gonna look though. I haven't even like started like the ooh sets. Like God, could you imagine? I feel like throwing up. Um, but yeah, I want to continue working on that. I need to think about more stuff to work on in Godot because now that the check-in thing is set up, it all circles back to style maybe and trying to figure out how I want the overlay to look at the end of the day. Um, I need to watch more videos about making your own art style, and maybe I do have to start drawing. I don't have a drawing tablet though. I feel like it's really hard to draw on with a mouse. Although I guess I do it with when I texture, but it's a little bit different because I follow the UVs and I also use proportional editing, or not proportional editing, stabilized stroke. Maybe there's a stabilized stroke setting in on these drawing apps. I should probably look for that. What else? Yeah, work more on Godot and then work more on this character. Um, I think in the next recording, I'm pretty sure because what is it? Today's Tuesday. Tomorrow and then Thursday. I don't know if Thursday I'll be able to work a lot because again, it's gonna be super hot Wednesday and Thursday. Although Wednesday I think I will be able to do some work. On Thursday I'm unsure. Um, I'll probably have to do like a late one like this one maybe if I can. If I can't, well then whatever. But I think then the next recording will be working on the hair some more, and then if I can do more, uh, if I can do another recording on Thursday, that one will be more on the body. Maybe starting out the sculpting, If not, then we'll do that on Friday, the Friday stream. Um, but yeah, I could ask people for help. Like that one guy on Twitter that I keep on mentioning today. Sorry about that. I don't. I'm not. I'm not really the one to reach out. It's a bit awkward. I'm a bit awkward. But I could just like be like, hey, how did you get started? Or like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I could do that. It's just, I guess, asking, making, taking the first step towards reaching out and trying to trying to understand someone else a lot more. We'll see. I'll think about it, or I'll just like stalk his page, and like try to figure out what the fuck his sort of mindset is. That's like the unhealthy way to do it, or the unhealthy way to go about it. But you know, whatever. I'll figure things out. Anyway, yeah, I think that is about it for today. Damn, I did a lot of talking. I wish I could do this much talking when I do live streams, but I get so like locked in with these kind of streams. I'm with these kind of recordings. I'm kind of like okay with slacking off a little bit and doing a lot of talking because I'm wasting my own time here. On stream, I feel like I'm wasting other people's time sometimes, or I feel like I have to like show progress. Otherwise, what's the point of the stream? Useless VOD. I guess this is still useless. Anyway, what am I saying? Oh god, my throat is getting very dry from talking so much. Um, yeah, I think that's it. Thank you for coming along. Thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your evening, rest of your day, and I'm gonna go now. See you guys. Goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Bye.